So there was a string of really distressing situations that has happened. Then on top of that, I had a double ear infection. So I was on medication that made me really weird. And that was in June. And then I had the ASD assessment. Then I had to apply for something else that needed every single bloody bit of every single bloody information you've ever had. Anything you've ever done, I needed to write that down. Well, by the middle of July, I was in a bit of a pickle. I was losing the plot. I'd had a counselling client for entrepreneurship and I knew I wasn't right and I just had to get through it. It was awful. Well, the session wasn't, but it was awful that as soon as I make a cup of tea, I'd start crying. As soon as I watched the telly, I'd start crying. I'd had a meltdown in the doctor's office. It was about something else. Was it about the ears? It might have been about the ears. This poor doctor, she made the mistake of asking me how I am. I told her that was a big mistake. And just as I was leaving, you're just going out the door and I had to kind of come back in because I started to well up. And I sat there and I didn't scream, but I knew I was angry talking and very snotty and snotty and tearful. And the tissues came out and she seemed to have time to listen. I said, I think, how do I say this? I'm having thoughts. Let's just say it like that. I would never act on them, but I was having thoughts that were scaring me and I didn't feel safe. And so she booked me into the mental health nurse for the Monday, went there. And from that minute onwards, I think that following week onwards, I did not leave the house for about 14, 15 days. I hardly left the sofa. There was this absolute crash. I had not the energy to hold my phone. It was shut down, complete shut down. I could not stop crying, and I've only just, in the last few days, this is July, it's now almost the last week of September, I'm only now starting to stop crying.